What an Orwellian nightmare. YouTube has bestowed upon us another revision of their content policy guidelines, this time regarding US elections, essentially saying you are not allowed to question the mainstream media narrative regarding elections. Let's take a moment and read this email in its entirety so we could all get an idea of what's going on here. Yesterday was the safe harbor deadline for the US presidential election, and enough states have certified their election results to determine a president-elect. Given that, we will start removing any piece of content uploaded today or any time after that misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors change the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election. In line with our approach towards historical US presidential elections. For example, we will remove videos claiming that a presidential candidate won the election due to widespread software glitches or counting errors. We will begin enforcing this policy today and ramp up in the coming weeks to come. As always, news coverage and commentary on these issues can remain on our site if there is sufficient education, documentary, scientific, or artistic context. So, who do you think gets to decide if you've provided enough context to question the mainstream media? Do they realize the precedent they've set here? So I suppose that means they'll be removing most of Maddow's library over the last 4 years and giving MSNBC multiple strikes. Those are the rules, are they not?
Russian government hackers, how the Russian government hacked into and tried to mess with election systems. A foreign attack on the U.S. election, right? That the election was being disrupted. It was being tilted. It was being externally operated on by a foreign government in favor of the candidate that foreign government preferred. As that campaign nightmare was playing out, it became this new staffer's job to learn everything there was to know about this hacking so he could explain it to the world and answer everybody's questions about it. He watched this hijacking of our election, this attack on our election in real time. Today in Washington, there was a serious effort to try to nail down the exact scope of how Russia attacked our presidential election last year. A political and international bombshell dropped tonight, thanks apparently to a band of Russian hackers. Now, our government had previously announced that U.S. election systems in the state of Arizona and the state of Illinois had been hacked by the Russians.
Something tells me MSNBC and Rachel Maddow have nothing to worry about. What a disturbing precedent they've set by doing this. This has got to be the most brazen policy change YouTube has done over the past several years. And something tells me this is just the beginning. These policy changes have been on a slow burn over the past several years. They change something, and then we have outrage. Then they just wait for it to calm down. Then bam, another policy change. Every time creators adapt, a new policy drops, destroying your ability to keep that direction. And something tells me that's probably by design. I've been working on a new video, but with this policy change, it's going to be challenging. I believe I could still pull it off while staying within the guidelines, but it's just so disappointing to see YouTube to continue to clamp down in this direction. What are your guys' thoughts on these new guidelines? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for this one, guys. I will catch you in my next video, which is hopefully not too far away.